Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Hope, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end.
No, let's talk about this right now because he completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
what are we talking about, son?
Get into it, talk. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Solo Dolo mission, man. Shout out to my guy Joe. Shout out to my guy Poke, CB. Everybody, man. You know, everybody's a little under the weather, man. This bye week was rough on a couple people, so it is what it is. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Apologies, I'm a little late. I'm saying that the hamster wasn't rolling right. Yeah, man. Let's handle this real quick. Let's see. So Rocky said, so James Franklin, his first question is who's next? Fam, Mike Gundy was first. Deshaun Foster from UCLA got fired that same day. The Virginia Tech coach, Trent Dilfer, just got fired today. Bunch of coaches have been fired all around the country. I think week 3 was Foster got fired right along with the VTech coach. So yeah, there's a ton of guys that have gotten fired already. There's some more to be fired. But shout out to Penn State for making the decision, man. We'll get into that. You know what I'm saying? Mike Norvell allegedly has 2 black guys after his 8th consecutive loss. Yeah, what are they? 5-14 in their last 19 games. Appreciate the Dono Last Kings. They're an embarrassment of a program. Like, let's just kick it off, right? The fact that James Franklin has his first I don't think he's had many 3-game losing streaks, right, at Penn State. He's just never been able to win the big game. He's never beaten, almost never beaten. I think he's like 2-18 or whatever it is. 2-18 against top 10 opponents. He's never beaten Ohio State or Michigan. If he did, it was like on maybe on a COVID year or some shit. But he's never won the big game, right? So he's, you know, there's a mentality at Penn State that they should be in the national conversation. They were in the national semifinal last year and won in a bad 3-game streak where they're like the first, I think 0-67 were like teams who were favored to lose by 20 points or more. And the only 2 losses, it was like 2-67. The only 2 losses were Penn State. Look, I've well documented. I've never been a James Franklin guy. I've always thought of him as like an assistant and a substitute assistant principal type of guy. He's good when you don't. He's a good coach if you don't have expectations, and he could surprise you. It's like, oh shit, we won 9 games, cool. But he's not like, hey man, like we're gonna win 11 and do all these great things. That's not who he's ever been. And I think there's limitation on coaches, right? Like he's coming into this is the best defense we ever had. This is the most talented team. Drew Aller was being talked about as the number 1 pick. Games got played. Drew Aller was never anything of note. He was the reason he was because of their tight end. That was their fallback. Why he did anything of note. That guy never showed me anything to be anything. Honestly, yeah. Let's see. What y'all want to talk about, man? Let's chop it up with y'all. Got a couple things I want to, shout out to my top 10. I told you I had Indiana in my top 3 before the Oregon win. Now, going back to Oregon, does that Oregon win in Penn State win? Oh, the whiteout. That's just marketing and branding. Games got to be played. Does that matter as much? I don't think. I think I saw somewhere like 4-18 is the combined record of Oregon's opponents. Right, like they haven't really beaten anybody. We're just gonna run on the top 10. We had a bye week, not much to talk about for us. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting ready for Louisville Friday night. So let's talk some national ball here. You know, see what's going on in the chat. Yeah, that's all they do. No, FSU has not actually lost the game. They've only beaten themselves because they play themselves every week, and that's what happens. It's ridiculous. Jacoby says Penn State has a 5-star running back who decommitted. I think we offered. Yeah, they're gonna get picked apart. And none of the guys, I saw a question earlier, none of the guys that can transfer schools, because remember they have players that can leave now in the first 30 days, are players that could play this year. They would all have to come next year. So we'll see. I'll start picking apart that roster later. Maybe for the ones they show, we'll talk about it. Drew Aller was a stabber from the last Penn State Saver QB. They've always had that guy, right? Over those, like, oh, this guy's going to be. No, fam. No, they're not. They're always going to be the same. Like, they've always looked the same to me. Like, I don't. So, full disclosure, when Miami's on, I don't watch anything else. Like, even throughout the day, like, I'll kind of like tap in and out on certain things, but like, I realize that certain programs always kind of look the same. And Penn State is always kind of the last, I don't know, 25, 30 years, they've always kind of resembled this type of program. Like, they've never looked any different to me. So I never saw them taking that step. I've always just seen them be like, oh, they're a guy who has a big middle linebacker and they might have a edge rusher and they might get a receiver, but they'll never do anything after that. Like, they've just never been to me. And again, very simple way of looking at it. Of course, they've gotten recruits and all that shit, but like, I think James Franklin took over after Paterno died, you know what I'm saying, with all the stuff that was going on at Penn State. So he was a good hire to settle things down, but because he was doing good things at Vandy, but he was never a guy to take you to the next step of the program when expectations happen. You know what I'm saying? See what Juan Manuel says. Talent may be available from unexpected places. We need a garage sale mentality, looking for good pieces. Fam, I don't know how much, again, haven't looked at their roster, Juan. I don't know of how many of their guys come here and do much. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, this isn't like we're searching for answers. What Coach Cristobal has built has answered a lot of things throughout the seasons, you know? So let's look at it that way. Also, we got 105 people. We're never going to be 105 roster spots. We're never going to get to 105. Doodoo, shout out to my guy, man. It's been a minute, bro. Where you been? Hope everything's good with you and the family. Hope y'all good, man. Hope y'all good. You probably gonna say something crazy. Yep, I knew it was Jordan Hudson. Nope, not gonna go there. You always got a crazy question in there, Juan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him enjoying his life at 70-something years old with a 20-year-old. Let him do his thing. All right, let's run down this top 10 from yesterday. Ohio State beat a overrated Illinois. I didn't think Illinois should have been ranked after Indiana beat them by like 60. I think Indiana beat them by 60 at Illinois, at Champaign, if I'm wrong. So after you lose by 60, you should automatically be unranked. It wasn't actually 60. It was like 48 points. Fine, whatever. But for the sake of this story, I'm going to call it 60. I didn't think they should have been ranked after that. This is where like my conspiracy theory hat goes, where they were like, "Yo, nah, man, you can't unrank them yet because Ohio State hasn't beat a ranked team yet because the team they beat week 1, who was incredibly overrated in Texas, is no longer ranked. So we got to give them a second ranked win and feed the narrative of, oh, the Big Ten's so much better. So that's the only reason why you would keep Illinois ranked to me. Like, I didn't think they should. Like, again, you lose to a good opponent, the only team you played prior to Ohio State, and you lose to them by like 40-something points. You should not have been there after that. You were kept in the rankings to give Ohio State a ranked win. And full disclosure, I will never give Ohio State any kind of credit for anything. Like, good for them, yada, yada, but just not going to happen here, dog. So that's just what it is. Oh, man. Crazy weekend, yo. Do y'all watch a lot of college football when the Hurricanes aren't on? Because I got to tap in. I just chilled at the crib yesterday. I had to tap in. Shout out to YouTube TV. Had the 4-screen, you know what I'm saying, 4-screen split. Just trying to watch every game. You know, kind of just looking to see what's going on. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. Let's see what's going on. All right, so Rocky says, yeah, all day. The Benny 55 win is an ACC type tackle. He is an anchor type. Don't know how to FSU. Luck out on him. It's not going to develop into anything, man. My guys aren't here, so my thoughts are my own 100% of the time. I don't take anybody who commits to FSU seriously as like they're serious about football, because you don't go to a program that's only developed 2 high school guys in the 6 years Norvell's been there to get drafted that you want to take that next step. Do you believe? Are they paying you? Yes. Are you making money? Yes. But I think you have to look at the guys who have left there. Patrick Payton is doing solid. Shout out to Inside the U, man. They, you know what I'm saying, and through the smoke, they talked about all this. Everybody who's left that program has gotten better. So maybe. But we also have a lot of defensive tackles, and I don't know how many times I want to. And he has too much time left. Like if it was like a senior, I think Wynn is a sophomore or something, right, Juan? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want a guy with that much time left. I'll take a 1 year stopgap, like we had this year with Blay, last year with can't remember his name, man. The only time was our good defensive player transfer from Michigan State. Like I want to get little pieces like that, but not. I don't want to constantly get like younger players to stunt. For me, to stunt our high school recruiting. Yes, it is. But that's the turnover, right? Like that's what it's going to be. Like that's what it's supposed to look like. We're not supposed to keep 4 guys that just go on to be accountants. We're getting a lot of guys that are leaving to the league. Rocky, you know what I mean? I would love for the Desir twins to come down. How hard? Like for me, for the mentality that you're being taught at Florida State, right? To, hey man, it's okay if you miss a tackle. Like how much has that penetrated and seeped into like their psyche, and how much is that going to take to change when they go to a real actual program that doesn't hope and pray with G5 coaching and the G5 mentality? How much of that is locked into who they are? And look, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they come here and ball, cool. But we also have a ton of edges, right? We also have a ton of tackles. We also gotta believe in our evaluation. And I don't think we've taken any guy. The only one guy that we fought for once he transferred to Florida State was Darryl Jackson, just because we needed depth at D tackle. But I don't see anything. I don't see anything there that's of note, bro. Like for me, I don't see anything there that I'm like, yo, let's go get this guy. I'm that entire roster. Like Deuce Robinson can only run one kind of route. Was it Makai Danzy, speedster? We got guys like that. Could always use more speed, sure, but I think he's going to FSU for the track. Squirrel White, no, thank you. We got Alakai, we got people behind that. So there's nothing there that is better than what we have. And that's the only reaches that I'm going for. Is the only things that I would want. You already know, says, hey Benny, is CB there today? No. Do you see him here? Nah, man. He's oh no. I have no idea why he went off on you. I have no idea. I can't speak for him. He's under the weather, man, trying to recover, so trying to figure it out. James, we got Brock Shot. Let's just look at it like, where does he come in? Right? Like we got Brock Shot, Elijah Lofton, Carver, the other tall guy that I can never remember the name of, got the Owen Ruskovich guy. Like, where does he come in and play? Like, I just don't know. Like, again, like we got to take of it. And my guy Joe says all the time, like, imagine them here. That he's Elijah Lofton-esque. Luca, thank you. He's Elijah Lofton-esque. We already got Elijah Lofton. Why pay 2 Elijah Loftons? Just money. Like, again, it's not my money. We got the money to pay it. So if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But I don't know if when we were watching the game last week, there was anybody who was like, yo, let's go get him. I don't know that. I haven't spoken to anybody, and even if I did, I would still give you my opinion on it, and nobody else's fair opinion to me about it. But yeah, man, I'm not too high on anybody from them. You saw how they responded yesterday, right? They just all right. Let's get into this Florida State as we're already leaning into it. They're down to their 3rd straight loss. I just started 3-0. I like to, because I'm a petty motherfucker. I like to tap in and see what Florida State fans are saying in their reviews of the game. And I was always like, oh, well, we had these moments. It's like, fam, like you have no self-respect. Like you have no place to be like, yo, man, this is not the standard here. He's been there 6 years. He's had 3 losing seasons. It's who you are. Like this hope that Norvell's going to become something. You had that fluke season where all your transfers hit, and congratulations for that 13-0. But to be like unconquered and keep climbing, dog, you've been 2-10. You're probably going to go 3-9 or 5-7. Because I don't know if your defense gets better because of a freshman quarterback did that to you at your house on your on-campus stadium. Shout out to that. On your on-campus stadium, if you're gonna get there's a next step for you, this is it, bro. But you got to pay Norvell $58 million. My God, my $58 million. Also, hey, somebody clip this. I don't know who. Listen. Let's stop saying when you ask for a coach to be fired. Oh, I'd never ask for a coach to be fired. They get paid from that. None of us who lose our jobs get paid on future earnings on shit we've already fucked up. We failed here, right? We failed for 6 years here. We gave you one fluky season. You're going to have to give me almost $60 million. And people were like, I don't ever want to call for no coach to be fired. No, none of us here, none of us watching get paid on future earnings on the things we've already fucked up. Like, it's weird to me that, like, I don't want to offend nobody. Fam, they're getting $60 million, $40 million, $45 million, whatever the buyouts are. They're not crying on their way home. They're rich on the way out. Like, what are we doing, though? Look, thank you. Thank you, Overdose. He got $49 million to go. He's going to go be an analyst. He's going to talk on TV. Probably could do that if he has the personality. I don't think he does. He's going to make a ton of money. He's going to get another job. And he's still going to have $50 million in the bank, not counting what he's already gotten from Penn State. Let's stop this shit, bro. Like, oh, man, I hope he lands on his feet. I'm falling on $50 million. Like, I'll be all right. I'll just lay here. I don't have to land on my feet. It's wild, bro. Wild. I don't want to call for nobody's job. Fam, they're not going out to be executed. Like, nobody's going away. They're getting 50 mil. Like, it's bananas, dog. I hate that shit. Like, I don't call for nobody to be fired. Why? They're getting 50. The contract stipulates that their lawyers and their agent did a great job and they're getting paid to leave. That's it. Yes, he was. I think you could go back to her. I've never liked him. I've always thought he was overrated. I've never, again, you lose to all your big games, you lose. You only play 2 games. When you played Ohio State or when you played Michigan, you lost them. You lost to them both every year. Everybody else, Iowa's tough. Iowa scored for 3 years straight, 9 points a game, and they just beat you with defense. Come on, man. Let's be. Probably because my internet is caca, Rafael. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what happened here. Also, I'm the only person here. Who are you referring to? I'm the only person here, dog. Yeah, Franklin has always been trash. Franklin's always been trash. Norvell's trash. Billy's trash. But again, like, schools don't want to pay that amount of money. And also it's hard for Florida State to pay that money when that, you know what I'm saying, foreign money's not coming in anymore. When there was a law passed that can't come in. Remember, that's where they were getting a lot of the influx of their money from. Once that well dried up, that oil well dried up, it got a little different. You know what I'm saying? It got a little different. I'll take a trench player from Penn State. Let's go shopping. Till next year. That's the other thing. Like, there'll be somebody here next year, but we'll see what they have. Because they quit on them. They'll probably show out now, though. Like, UCLA's been showing out after they fired Deshaun Foster. Shout out to our Brown, bro. Appreciate you, man. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Chi-Town says, DT Def next year. Simpson, Scott, Jones, Russell plus recruits. That's the only reason I want the Twins at Miami. But we don't know who we're getting this year. Plus recruits. There could be transfer portal in those guys. I just, again, like, and this is just my opinion, right? This isn't me, like, evaluating them. I think players that go to FSU aren't serious about football to the level that Miami players are serious about football. I don't think they go there because they know they're going to play, but they're never going to be anything after that. And they get a bag there. Like, let's keep it a buck. They get overpaid. They had to overpay a Western Kentucky defensive end. They have to overpay a third string safety at Alabama to be anything. Like, they have to overpay for that because they don't recruit, they don't develop, they don't do any of those things. Those things happen here. Is it for every player? No, absolutely not. Are there still guys on the bench that we would love to see playing? Sure. But everybody, you know what I'm saying, learns at a different level. Shout out to my guy Flocito, you know what I'm saying? You holding it down tonight, you taking Sunday off, dog. I haven't checked in on you for that. but I'm sure you got something to do tonight with John or not. Enjoying the bye week. It's number 2 team in the country. Number 2 team in the country. Do we ever take a second and take a step back and be like, oh, holy shit, yo, number 2 team in the country, and that could, what I'm saying, like, or do we just focus on what we're not? That's a different conversation. Damn, you going on at 8? Oh, you must have bedtime, dog. That's what that is. Oh no, I'm good. You already know. I don't need no DNs. I'm good. They could go on. Dale para allá. No. We good on edge. Hayden Lowe, Marquise Lightfoot. You know what I'm saying? Go down the line. Armando Blunt that plays. No. We're good here. We're good. We got ends coming in. We're all set here. Oh, fam. We'll get to the Georgia Auburn game here in a minute, man. Excuse me. All right, Florida State's trash. Got that done. What 4-8? 4-8 is my final record for them. I think 4-8 is my final record. I just don't see them. I see them finding a way to lose every game. And Norvell doesn't right the ship. This is like, I saw one of the Florida State guys say, like, this is the 4th time that if he's had one loss, it rolls into like 2 to 3, sometimes 4. So that's crazy. Obviously last year 2-10, this year 4-8. So huge improvement. Huge improvement over there in year 6, my guy. All right, Florida lost to A&M as they should have. I wasn't, if I'm being honest with y'all. So I'm watching these games yesterday. We're like, okay, who could beat us? My analysis could be wrong. Very, you know what I'm saying, superficial. I'm not doing the nitty gritty like, oh, but their left tackle was out. Don't care. Marcel Reed kind of reminds me of a bigger Tommy Castellanos, where like he's not the greatest pocket passer, and if you make him do that, you'll beat him. So that seems like a similar game plan. Oregon has always seemed like the same type of program, just like Penn State, where this might be a crazy hot take. I feel like whoever is the coach here is supremely controlled by what Phil Knight wants to do, because that offense and that defense always kinds of look similar, right? Regardless of who they've had there year after year, from Mario, from like, go back to like Chip Kelly. That offense and that team just always kind of looks the same. Like when a team stands up to them, they're like, wait a second, that can happen? We can't just outrun you. Like we can't just, you know what I'm saying, out you. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know what that is there. I had Indiana number 3 in the country on my top 10 before this Oregon game. You beat a Illinois by 60. That can't just get passed over, even though nobody mentioned it after. Nobody talked about it. People were like, we're surprised. Like, wait, they did? Like Oregon, Indiana beat this Illinois team. Yeah, by like 48 points. It already happened like 3 weeks ago. So let's go. Ole Miss struggled, probably looking ahead. I hate that excuse. Looking ahead to Georgia next week. I think it's a bad excuse. You had a bye week. Like, this is the team you should have prepared for. Wiped them out in the first half, and then got ready for Georgia next week. Who else? Georgia absolutely got gifted a win yesterday against Auburn. Auburn got absolutely hosed. Just classless work by the officials. Who else? Texas Tech, I think, was off. I don't remember seeing them. If they weren't, I didn't watch them. I think Georgia Tech is a top 10, top 8, top 9 team in the country. I would put them ahead of the defeated teams in the SEC. I think something should matter for being undefeated still over like a quality loss. But I think that's just the narratives being pushed to try to put as many SEC teams in the playoffs. So yeah, not very impressed with a lot of the teams. Indiana though, I'm a big fan of Chris Agnetti. Gave a great press conference, I think, last year. Been a fan of his since. Really like that guy. I think he's gonna be. I kind of hope he stays at Indiana, but when the bag comes, the bag comes. I hope he stays at Indiana to win at the schools that shouldn't. Like Miami's a school before Schnellenberger that was like, this was a place that Miami was a place that like you're not supposed to win, right? Like you're not supposed to do these things, and that's kind of like how I feel about Indiana. Indiana's been a 60-point loss every year for every team, right? Or a 60-point win for every team. And now you have Signetti that is just balling. And Mendoza, I'm a big fan of, man. Oh, okay, so Texas Tech this play. My fault, Ham. Yeah, they beat Kansas. Okay. That's another top 10 team. I obviously didn't watch them. My fault. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen there. So that I live in, I'll go in the country, New Jersey. There are already PSU season tickets holders up here. He would have this state locked down better than Shiano. I think that would be a good move to go back to, because that $4 million hire they made at DC has been a bust. NC State is overrated. Pitt will be a trap game to finish the season. The Pitt game after Thanksgiving gives me serious nightmares, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that. Let's see what's going on with this. Says Lane Kiffin sucks. I think Lane Kiffin loses to Georgia next week. I think Lane Kiffin loses to Georgia, but they still kind of sneak in. And who else do they have? I'll take a look at the rest of the schedule, but I don't see much happening. Duke will beat Georgia Tech. Thank you, Ham. Appreciate that, because that kind of leads me into my next little topic here. Because we're really not going to talk about Louisville till Wednesday when Joe's back. It's Sunday, the day after. We'll see what's popping with that. But yeah, so this is a weird one, right? Duke plays Georgia Tech. I think they're both undefeated in the conference, but neither of these two teams play Virginia. So there's a chance, right? There's a chance that three teams are undefeated at the ACC, like for the ACC title game. The tiebreakers are weird, like highest ranked teams and all this stuff. So obviously we got to keep winning. But man, it is bananas, yo. It is bananas. Indiana's defense is good. That defense is nice. That defense is nice, man. With a bunch of guys, like he brought a bunch of those players back with him from JMU, from when he was at James Madison. Yeah, that's, if I'm Auburn, I'm going to the law department, make a major stink, let the story go viral. Nah, they're not, man. Like, they're gonna hand it to Georgia because Georgia is the bigger brand. There's us being upset about it doesn't change their money. You know what I'm saying? Fan, like, there's not, like, officially be like, oh, my bad. What are we gonna do? Been saying Duke beats TT. We'll see. I don't. Manson's been balling though. Manson's kind of been doing this thing. I don't like rooting for Manny, bro. It's just keeping it honest. Real good team shouldn't fear true freshman QB at Pitt with 6 starts. Fluky things happened. Wasn't Kenny Pickett a true freshman who beat us? Obviously back in 2017. Like, wasn't that a thing? I mean, that team was like record good, but not if you watch them good. Yeah, I don't trust Diaz. I don't like Diaz. I don't never like them. Not once. And I won't get into why, because things now they track you as what you're saying, man. Let me get a little sip of water. All right, let's get into this Caneswear ad. Be right back. Where is it? There it is.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
I don't know how I'll be remembering these things, man. Sometimes I want to forget 2017, but also remember it. Yeah, Pickett played as a true freshman. That was a true freshman quarterback. And Heishel isn't bad. Threw for 321 on a bad secondary, not bad. And Frazier says it's not just a timeout in the yeah, like Kirby called a timeout and it goes, no, I didn't throw a tantrum like a little girl that was trying to get candy at the checkout lane. On the fumble. And it wasn't a fumble. He crossed the line. So it was like a multitude of comedy of errors on that, man. Yes, and he's an FSU alumni. Let's keep it a buck with that. Duke is a good fit for Manny. I don't care. Ralph, listen. Respect, we hung out. I don't care about Manny, dog. Like, I wish him the best in whatever the fuck he does, but like, I've never liked him. Didn't like how he was hired. I always thought he was no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, man. No, not gonna do it. But let's be honest, 27 was a scrappy team. There were 2 miracle catches by Lackham. Oh, fam, it wasn't just that. Like the Georgia Tech game with a quarterback that couldn't throw the ball, we beat them. I think it was like 19-17 on some crazy field goal. That team was just not good. Not good. Not good. All right, let's see what we got here. Things to fix coming out of the bye week. Right, off of that national stuff. Things to fix out of the bye week. Penalties, 100%. That's got to get cleaned up. I think we're one of the worst teams in the country at penalties. Let's look that up. Matter of fact, y'all look it up in the chat, man. I don't want to type while y'all listening, because I hate that when I listen to podcasts. Penalties is ridiculous. I think on 13 against Florida State, it's slowly increased. I went back and watched the USF game. USF had a big win against North Texas. It was like 63-28. Yeah, third down conversions have to get better. Where are we at on that overdose? Where are we at with the third down conversions? But this is the biggest thing. We extend a lot of drives for opposing teams. We cleaned up our false starts and like our snap infractions from Brockermeyer. Anez had a couple of false starts in the last game. I thought that penalty from Armando Blunt was weak, but those things got to get fixed, man. The motion penalty with Keelan Marion that stopped the huge touchdown play for Malachi Tony, where he was throwing everybody to the side and running by players. I think that obviously penalties need to be cleaned up. We got a Friday game after a bye week, so we'll see, man. Penalties are weird though, because Florida State didn't get called for a single holding, and the slogan is always you can call holding on every play. They didn't get called, so it's like it's very arbitrary in the sense of like what the refs want to call and what they don't want to call. And it seems when a team's getting away from a team, those penalties start to trickle in. You know what I mean? Get sprinkled in there to like extend the drive, or you know what I'm saying? Get them a third down conversion when they shouldn't have had it. So it's a lot of things. 46% is unacceptable on third down conversions. Where they at ranked nationally, Callie? I know it's 46%. What's the way? You know what I'm saying? What's the national ranking on that? It's not good though. But let's see. I'm not even gonna give it context of like the teams they've played. All right. See what? Then that's not. Yeah, that's not that bad. Then like that's still top 30. Like last year was insane because of Cam's. Cam also picked up a lot of third downs with his legs. Carson Beck can't really do that. He doesn't have that kind of evasive. Like he has a little bit of straight line speed, but he's not gonna. I'm saying get you that little oomph on the little. He doesn't have much wiggle to his run. So we got to factor that in too. Cam made a lot of third down runs and to extend plays, man. So it's a trade-off. You know what I mean? We'll see what's up with that. Third downs, penalties. We had the discussion last week already with way games are closed out and how we view them. I'm not gonna rehash that conversation, especially my guys aren't here. So just 7 weeks straight to football, man. 7 weeks straight. Kelly, we have to meet at all these numbers. It depends where you look. If you're looking on like collegefootball.net or whatever it is, it might say it, but on like NCAA has stats too. They're a little bit different because different things get factored in. My guy Joe, hey man, rest up, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your icy hot, just chill out, man. Relax. I got this, my brother. Heal up, man. You good? I'm saying vitamin C, emergency, all that stuff, man. You good. You good. We needed a third threat at receiver to emerge. Joshua Moore, Georgia, commit to a fast-track freshman, and Luke Gilbert. The defensive end rotation, Ben Mesidor, 15 less. Let me tell you something right now. I'm going to start backwards on this. So what you're saying, Juan, let's have this conversation, right? Just for a second, because we got other people in the chat. Appreciate 152 of y'all. You want Messi and Bain to take 15. You want to take your best players off 15 times, right? That's what you're saying. Look, I didn't play football. Said it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I served in the Army, because why I didn't play football is what led me to serving in the military. My guy Joe said it. When you don't want to come off the field. You want to be the difference maker, right? I get the rotation given, but they're dominating. Why would you give them a break? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you give their offensive line a break? You could sprinkle them in, let's say, 3 less snaps per quarter. I'm not taking them off the field. You rotate them, right? You could take Bain and bring in Messi. Like, you could do it like that, but you don't take them both off ever. You don't give the offensive line a minute to breathe. I get why you say it was like, oh man, well, we got all these young guys. Cool. But we also got this year to worry about. They'll get sprinkled in. Marquise Lightfoot has gotten snaps. Armando Blunt, they'll get sprinkled in. But, you know, no, you don't take these guys off the field. If they get up, they tap their helmet, you know, all right, give them a blow. But don't take them out to like conserve them. Nah, I can't do it. All right. Tight ends Luka Gilbert and shot settle the tight ends Luka Gilbert and shot settle. All right. You sprinkle them in if you're up big, but you let your starters play till they need a blow, bro. Same thing. Third down receiver could be Elijah Lofton, though. That could be a running back coming out of the backfield. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just sprinkle in other names. You know what I'm saying? That's all. It doesn't have to be this wholesale changes for, oh, we need this other guy to step up. If that's the way we look at it, then there's always going to be a next guy that we worry about, right? Like, oh man, well, we need that 4th running back. Nah, man, but that 8th defensive tackle, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody had 8 Bains. That 8th defensive tackle is really going to be our answer. We have a really good team, right? And you make adjustments. And look, man, the coaches know this. They watch the tape. They know when they could bring sub guys in and out. But you at no point take Bain and Messi off the field. At no point are they both off. You could rotate them in and keep one as a threat because Messi has been balling. Obviously, Bain has been astronomical, but that's not the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got here. Take a couple of y'all questions. How many L's before this season? Yeah, Norvell's terrible. You know, it is what it is. Shows up to a press conference with a black guy who knows who gave it to him. We'll see what's up with that, man. But that team's dead. Haven't done a deep dive into Louisville. Full disclosure, they didn't play yesterday. I was kind of hoping to give them a full game watch. Shout out to ACC, gives a condensed game. They did just come off a loss to Virginia. Virginia is another team that's, you know what I'm saying, has inroads to the ACC title. Doesn't really play anybody left on their schedule that could be a major threat. So that's interesting. Let's see, quick hits on remaining ACC opponents. Yeah, Virginia doesn't have much left on their schedule. Miami just has to win. Now, before I get up out of here, spend a couple minutes. I want to have a question for y'all. Spend a couple minutes. There's a chance that Miami goes 11-1, right? Anything's possible. Football is hard. Crazy shit happens. There's a chance that Miami goes 11-1 and either Virginia, Duke, or Georgia Tech go undefeated, right? Does Miami still make it into the top 12? That's obviously forecasting out a lot of what ifs, all that shit. If Miami goes 11-1 with their schedule, but doesn't make it to Charlotte, do they still get into the college football playoff? Because remember, Ohio State won last year, did not make it to their Big Ten title, still got in. I wonder how they do that, because the two teams would probably, that's where it gets fucked up, right? Like the two teams would be undefeated in the ACC title, so one of them would have one loss and they made it to the ACC title. That's what, like, I'm serious. I'm asking the question. I was like, I genuinely don't know, and like not trying to hype it up. I was like, this is what I think would happen, but that's a chance where like that shit will be crazy, right? Like that stuff would be insane, man. Like Miami could be 11-1 and because two other teams that didn't play each other are 8-0. You know, that shit is nasty work, bro. That we don't even play because we don't play Virginia, we don't play Georgia Tech, we don't play Duke. You know, so yeah, man. Juan, Benny, this is a long season. Some of these games you may not need, but you need them every game. Like, dog, ain't no rest. Ain't no rest. Every game matters. You can't look at what I just talked about. You can't lose a game. You're not going to take them off the field if they don't want to come off the field. They're your best players. You shut shit down. You know what I'm saying? You shut shit down like that. It's hard to get them back in. You rotate them, yes. But 15 less snaps? No, man. Because we're not like Florida State's offense isn't an offense that we're going to play against Louisville. I don't think they do fast, you know what I'm saying, fast snaps, fast counts, all that shit. They take their time, they see what the defense is. They might do a little quick game here and there, but that's not who they are. Bain and Mezzi will be good for that. They'll get the rest in between the snaps. These guys lost 15 or 20 pounds in the offseason for a reason, to give you more snaps and to be more dominant longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to look at it like that. We can't look at like, oh man, that pick game in November. No, man. If we lose to Louisville Friday, if we lose to whoever, Stanford after that, if we lose to any of those teams because we were resting, then the conversation goes, why were they off the game? Why were they out of the game? There's no long wait. Every game matters. Every snap matters. We should know that from last year. We were up 21-0, 28, whatever the fuck, and lost. Like, there's no tomorrow. We have to play every game like that. They have the week to rest. You don't take them out to you just don't, man. You just don't. Where my guy Abram at? Notre Dame's downfall was taking Love off the field. Yeah, like, you play the best players always. It's never a question for me. You play the best players. Yeah, man, like, can we stop looking ahead one game at a time? That's it, bro. And Miller Moss, dog, we've had issues. The times are secondary, right? Has had issues, bad time for air quotes, has had issues, was when you have a scrambling quarterback. Miller Moss ain't that, bro. Miller Moss isn't that. I don't worry. I don't give a fuck about, how much I don't care about the week. I don't even know who we play next Saturday. I only care about Louisville. I only care about how Miller Moss, Brian Brom, that defense plays. Like, I care about that. I don't care about nothing else. It's 1-0 this week. Though, you know what? And here's the funny thing, right? We play Friday, so then they'll have an extra day of rest, Mezzi will, for next Saturday's game. So they'll have plenty of time to rest. They got ice baths. They got, you know what I'm saying? They got personal staff members. They got people to make sure they recap that are tracking them. They probably have, like in European football, they have like those trackers that tells you where like their hydration levels are and where their heart rate is, and they check all of that stuff. So they completely disagree. Completely disagree. Couldn't disagree with you more, Juan. You let the best guys play, man. I feel like they are rotating the linemen too much, honestly. Bain and Mezzi should never come off the field, in my opinion, unless the game is in hand, and then we should rotate. Yes, like, I really don't even think they come off the field because, like, Bain and Mezzi are just like, Mezzi will slide inside with Blunt and Marquise Lightfoot, and you still have Bain. Like, we have, like, that's crazy. Yeah, Ralph says Louisville doesn't need a mobile QB. They have great speed at skill positions. Yes, but when the times that our secondary has gotten burned, like for bigger plays, is when the play is broken and they scramble out. You know what I'm saying? Like, a quarterback scrambles out and catches over the top because players are caught up watching the quarterback. So that's why they've had those bigger plays. We're the best team in the country, dog. Like, with the best players, some of the best players in the country. Got to start feeling like it. Yes, you're right. Got caught on 2 plays, got caught looking in the backfield on broken plays, though. Hasn't even been anything crazy where, like, they just got beat off top. Like, it was a straight up play. Like, that's the play they called. No, it was Byron Brown scrambled out on both plays, and there were 30 to 40-yard plays, and neither of them ended up in a touchdown. So, penalties, to wrap it up, penalties, Penalties. What I would give for like a clean game, bro. Like 0 penalties on Friday would be crazy. Would be crazy. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, Benny's right. Broken places have been where scores have. That's been it. CJ Carr scrambled. That touchdown where that wide receiver was wide open in the end zone. That was a CJ Carr scramble. The tight end leaked out. That was a CJ Carr scramble. Lagway didn't do anything. Brown's 2 big plays were scrambles. It hasn't been anything crazy. It's not every snap, dog. Like, you rotate them in and out, but I don't want them in every snap. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them out together. You could bring in a Lightfoot for a Mezzi, and then you rotate Bain out for a Mezzi, like the stuff like that. But yeah, you let the best players play the game so they're ready to come out. That's just my opinion. But you know what I'm saying? To each his own. I totally get it. Juan disagreed with me earlier. You know what I'm saying? Yo, by the way, the weather's been Juan, thank you. The weather was fantastic today. We got some new hoodies coming out here in probably a week. For probably maybe Wednesday or Sunday show. We should have some new hoodies. You know what I'm saying? The Adidas hoodie on the merch store. You heard printful.com. You know what I'm saying? Support the brand. Appreciate y'all. Braum is overrated. Only Miami fans fear, which is crazy because they have a 1-3 record, soon to be 1-4. Braum is crazy offensively though. Like, he scored on both our defenses both years, right? Since he came in. Did he come in the same year? But we didn't play him year 1. So yeah, they're yeah. I'm not as worried about them, especially not with this defense. Not with this defense at all. Guys, the only team beating us is us looking in the mirror. Play disciplined, aggressive football for 4 quarters. Watch out and let's go. Can't wait for Friday. This weekend was long, bro. This week was long. Had a lot of personal shit going on. It was crazy. It was exhausting. You know what I'm saying? So blessed for another day, man. Hope you guys had a great time. Appreciate y'all so much. I could keep talking, and I could keep talking ish too. Like James Franklin, I told you I never liked you. Just want to say it again. Look at you right in your face. But you're getting $48 million, dog. I don't feel bad for you. You get to go home to that. You get to spend time with your family with $48 million in the bank. So there's no like, oh man, I hope he's gonna be okay. You'll be fine, bro. You'll make more money than you. Just with this, you don't ever have to work again. So there's no sympathy here. Fuck out of here. So stupid, dog. I always hated that shit. And again, I want to say, like, I've never understood it. Oh man, I'm not calling for nobody's job, bro. They're getting millions upon millions of dollars to sit at home. What are we talking about? Yo, Mo never made it to the show, but Logan lives. We need to extend him, dog. Like, extend what? Just up his bag right now. Was it top 10, top 15 defense? Give him all the money. Yes, assistant head coach, whatever you just let's keep him for like 3-4 more years. Dawson another 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? Before he becomes a coach. Let's just make that happen. Gary Lynch. I'm gonna say that the time when like it hit how fake he was, when like they did that Keegan's was it Key and Peele skit where like he was James Franklin and there was no difference. I was like, oh dog, you're an actor. You know what I'm saying? You're an actor. Yeah, drop your appreciate you, Roger. Always appreciate all your comments after the show, man. This man listens to the whole show and responds line by line. I absolutely love it, man. I appreciate you. Score prediction, Miami 45-20. Referees call the game. Yeah, I wonder how. I want to keep track of this for this Friday game, right? Because we'll be back on Sunday, and I'll probably do a recap show. I want to keep track. If we're ahead by too much, right? What was the difference in penalties before, when like the game was in the balance, and how many penalties we got after? I'm curious about that because you can't watch the condensed. Like they don't show penalties on the condensed game, so it doesn't show you the thing. I'll probably do like a track of that. So I'm wondering about that. Yeah, Franklin got fired. Logan. Yes, he did. He got fired. He's another one on a long list, and he's getting. If you missed that part, he got $48 million to go home, spend time with his family. Just that's $48 million, bro. 48 million to be fired. If I'm Norvell, who's getting like who might get 58. Fam, what are you fighting for? Like it's over there. Like you don't recruit high school. You don't develop. You don't make anybody better. You've been trash. You show up to press conferences in a black eye. There's nothing there for you, bro. Just go home with 60 mil. Just go. Vete para la casa, ya, se acabó, bro. Se acabó. That's it, man. Hey, man, appreciate y'all. Look, man, 5-0, best team in the country. I got them ranked number 1 over Ohio State because I don't give what they did last year. Ohio State hasn't beaten anybody on overrated Texas. And still ranked Illinois because out of the kindness of their heart, the AP wanted to keep them ranked. So Ohio State had a ranked team. Indiana, number 3 team in the country. Everybody else doesn't matter, man. Top 3. Let's go. Number 1 team in the country resides in Coral Gables, though, man. It's all about the Canes, baby. Let's go. We out of here. Peace.
Thanks for watching. You heard. Thanks for listening. We appreciate y'all. You already know every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You already know every Sunday, right on time. You already know. You already